What's happening, soldier?
What's the word with your family?
Cooling, cooling.
Man,
Straight over there.
yeah, man. Feeling good, feeling good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got somebody from the nap in here.
Your boy, Don B. Naptown 317.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. For real, man.
Cracking.
Salute to
KD,
y'all.
what's good,
Salute.
bro? Mattavelli, what's up, fool? That's my
Appreciate
day one right there, man. Mattavelli, a real one.
1,000.
Yeah, man. Mattavelli, a real one, bro.
And, you know, that's I was born there, bro. I was born in the nap.
I forgot you did say that.
Yeah, man. Big salute to you, Naptown.
Yeah, Naptown, man. Naptown, it's pretty laid back. What's good, Mattavelli? What's cracking?
Be a Matrix. What's the word, bro?
Bill
Appreciate you for
Matrix, what's up,
tuning in.
fool?
Chris
Dope,
Simon,
Chris.
appreciate you for tuning in, man.
Yeah, for sure.
To give like two more, like a minute or two.
Yeah,
Let everybody get up in here
yeah.
real quick. But we got a pretty controversial trending topic right now.
Yeah. Fire fraud.
For real.
Fire fraud.
Man, it's a lot of lessons to be learned today.
I promise.
You know what they say, it's always better to learn from somebody else's mistakes than to learn from your own mistakes. So
I
today
promise.
we're gonna do a
I
very, very
promise.
good
Thought they
very
about to
good
listen.
scraping. Sade, what's going on with you, Queen? We're gonna
What's
do a
up?
very, very good scrape of the lessons to be learned here.
I promise.
For real, all right, man. So it's 7. What time is it? 7:04. We're gonna get into like
Yeah.
7:05 and go ahead and get into it. Go
Man.
ahead and get into it, man.
For one,
How everybody
first of
feeling
all,
tonight, man?
did anybody see the fire fraud documentary? Because if y'all didn't, y'all need to definitely go see that.
Yeah,
Most
everybody
definitely.
check that joint out for real, for real. And I would
Right.
recommend everybody check that joint out. Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear in Naptown, for real.
For sure. Buy back the block. Buy back the block. KD, you need to see that shit ASAP, bro. ASAP.
For real, for real. It's about
And
so
look,
let's go ahead and get into it. Bro, 7:05, man. Everybody else that's not in here, we're gonna let them. They're gonna catch the vapors. But so basically, bro, tonight's topic. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type it in the chat, man. Is the Fyre Festival key takeaways? Vontae a new era. Hey man, y'all check out Vontae a new era, man. That dude, one of the dopest lyricists I know. Fyre Festival key
yeah. I'll tell
takeaways.
you what up. Yeah,
So,
so it was.
all
It
right.
was wild. Vontae, what up?
God, man, how you do this shit? All right, so Fyre Festival key takeaways. So for those of you who haven't seen the documentary, basically the Fyre Festival was a 2017 festival that they were trying to promote. This gentleman by the name of Billy McFarland, he was the CEO, and they was promoting this basically Coachella, like the new Coachella. So
Basically.
it was supposed to be like this high
Yeni Alvarez.
luxury in the Bahamas concert. It was supposed to have all these influencers there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kanye performing, good music.
All good music.
Kendall Jenner gonna be here. So appreciate everybody that's tapping in, tuning in with us.
Angel Eyes, how you doing?
So basically, it was just fraudulent, bro. It was just straight fraudulent, like from top to bottom.
From top to bottom.
There was literally no way for them to ever pull off everything that they were promising. So,
And Ja Rule was a part of it too. Ja Rule was supposed to be a part of it. He
a
was
lot of
supposed to
men,
perform. Slash, plus they said that he was like the co-founder, co-owner of the situation. So he was a casualty of that. You know what I mean? So y'all check that out too. If y'all been seeing Ja Rule in the trending topic, that's because he's a part of that Fyre Festival situation.
yeah, all the memes. Have you been seeing any Ja Rule memes on the past like 2 weeks, a week and a half or so?
Yeah.
That's been It's all centered around this event.
Yep.
So basically, man, Billy McFarland, he had like a past history in I believe New Jersey. He created a similar type of business model before the Fyre Festival with a credit card that was basically supposed to be like a community based credit card for millennials, to where
Which was called Magnesis. A
Magnesis.
Magnesis card. It was similar to like a black card.
Yeah, this was supposed to be like a black card for millennials, young entrepreneurs, or
Yep.
whatever the case may be. And like the first thing I really want to dive into on here is great marketing and bad execution. That's like the whole overview of everything that we're going to
Yes.
talk about tonight with this situation. Is great marketing, bad execution. I spoke on before how like your product or service or whatever you selling or pushing don't always have to be the best if you market it well enough. But this is a great disclaimer to that statement that I'm making. You cannot completely ignore the execution or the delivering of what you promising people when you marketing. Because at the end of the day, even if they bite on it out the gate based on your marketing, like it will catch up to you at some point. Like no, good marketing cannot save a trash product or service or whatever, but for so long. Matter of fact, like a quick example, like I worked for a marketing company in the past that came out the gate. I think that first year they did like over 2,000% growth, but their product is not that good. And it did eventually, after all the hype died down and everybody kind of seen it for what it was, and it started getting publicized that this company is really not delivering as much as they promised, and their sales did start to suffer. So at the end of the day, good marketing can only do so much for you if your product, your service, your event, whatever it is you're pushing is not good and it's not solid. So
At all.
So the first thing, man, I want to touch on is the way that they put together the content to promote this event. So we're gonna break this down. If y'all was on our live last week when we was talking about what do Soulja Boy, Adrian Broner, and Donald Trump have in common, we're gonna break it down the same way we did. We're gonna break down the pros, the things you could take away to put into your own marketing. We're gonna take away the don'ts and the cons, like things to avoid and learn from this person's mistake. So the first thing, man, they had great content that relayed a very strong and clear message. There was never any type of promise that they could do this. They were shooting content to promote this event before they even had a venue booked.
Which is a no-no.
Yeah, they basically just caught a flight to the Bahamas, took a camera crew down there, brought some models, and had a party and started filming content to promote it.
And they had unique content too, like captivating content. Like they saw like some pigs or whatever. It was some pigs that was on that little resort, and they showed the pigs drinking beer, and and all of these dudes and all of these girls down there just running down the beach looking like a little Baywatch Part 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But it was.
So like, cool. Like, what do you like when you saw? Cause you watched the Hulu one, right?
Yeah, I watched the Hulu one.
All right, so let me ask you real quick, bro. Like the message of that trailer was. What was the clear message that they were relaying that made people buy into this?
The clear message was that like it was gonna be a hell of an experience. Like not only you finna go down to the Bahamas and you finna kick it, but we finna get a good performance down there, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like I ain't want to miss out. You know what I mean? It's like the fear of missing out, the FOMO situation. It's like if I miss out on this, I'm just gonna I ain't gonna exist no more. You know what I mean? So that was the main message. Like we was gonna kick it, have fun, see some performances. This is gonna be the time. This is gonna be an experience to remember, basically.
Yeah, an experience to remember. And
yeah, that was the content.
And because they had so much hype based around it, nobody really asked any questions. Honestly,
exactly.
Nobody at no point, like it was so hyped up that at no point did anybody ever ask any questions until they literally got on a plane, went to the Bahamas, and got there and seen it was a disaster. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. So one,
Exactly.
they created very strong content that relayed a clear message. This gonna be an experience. You're gonna have the time of your life. It was definitely an experience I remember for sure.
I'm here, Mattavelli. I'm here.
So number two, man, another thing that they did do well, I gotta commend them on, was that this was like very, very strong lifestyle branding. So
Yes.
if y'all like, let's just what's something you could think of, cool, that's just like a brand that automatically in your mind is attached to a lifestyle, luxury type of brand.
Luxury lifestyle.
Yeah.
Benz, Mercedes Benz.
A Mercedes Benz. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many of us know somebody or have seen somebody in an apartment complex, but they got a Mercedes in that bitch?
Exactly.
Now I'm not judging nobody, you feel me? Do your thing if that's what you want to drive, but it's plenty of people driving luxury vehicles that are not living luxury lives. But when they hop in this Mercedes, you feel me? When they hop in this car, in that moment,
they feel like, boy.
Hey, Day 2 King, appreciate, or Dada 2 King, appreciate you for tuning in. But when they hop in the Mercedes, in that moment, they feel like, hey, I'm the man, I'm luxury. Like they feel like
I promise.
That car represents a lifestyle. They do the exact same thing with this Fyre Festival, man. They made you buy into a lifestyle that, like, this could be you. You see these models that they partying with, you could be partying with these models. This could be you. Basically, their whole thing was like, this luxury lifestyle is what you can come and expect. So good content that relayed a strong message, and they did a great job promoting a lifestyle. And even with like the lifestyle branding, it was a association game. So this is something that we can all do. Artists, business, if you do hair, or
any brand,
you gotta associate yourself to your audience. So when they hear your name or the name of your company, they automatically think this relates to this. That's an association. You want to do strong association marketing always, because that takes time. But they was able to do this within a month or two. That's what's so commended. That's what's so impressive about it.
Short time span.
It usually takes months or years even to like really clearly associate this brand with this thing, but they was able to do it in a couple months. And so always ask yourself.
And great visuals, man. Great visuals.
They cameraman and they editors was on point. For sure. For sure. Touch on this influencer marketing real quick, cool, because I know they really touched on it from a different perspective in the Hulu documentary than the Netflix.
Man, reached out to everybody, like everybody. Reached out to Kendall Jenner, had Kendall Jenner promoting like good music was gonna be there, even though they have no good music artists in the lineup at all. Reached out to them. Reached out to was that a blog site called Fuck Jerry, right?
Yeah, that's the dude that was doing all of their memes and stuff.
All they memes and stuff like that. Man, went to them and had. Yeah, my fault, bro.
Nah, you good. My connection was on some bull, but this goes back to, like, we've been speaking on it a little bit, but I kind of wanted to use this as a opportunity to dive deep. Strap the Fool fan page. Appreciate y'all for
Strap the Fool. What up?
So everybody don't got a budget like this. Y'all got to understand, first and foremost, you know, this man had very, very high level investors that was giving him bread. So he paid Kendall. I think Kendall, she was paid like $250,000 for one post.
One post. She was.
They had the money to just literally just pay people off. You know, I feel like the average person, you can still do that on some type of level, but it's gonna be what's called a micro influencer as opposed to a macro. You might not be able to get somebody with a million followers to promote your brand, but you can get somebody with a couple thousand followers to promote your brand.
Exactly.
You feel me?
And the key thing, bro, that they did, the main thing that they did that created all that hype, they became very omnipresent all over social media. Like they were everywhere. That's the key thing. And when you know reaching out to these influencers, man, you gonna get it to the point to where you're gonna be omnipresent to the point you reaching out to so many. Like CJ just said, if you reaching out to so many influencers, they only got a couple thousand followers. You know what I mean? If you reach out to like just say 5 of them, that's gonna create that's gonna create a good little presence for you. You know what I mean? All over social media.
Don't
So
let them all be in the same city.
exactly. That'll really get your buzz up. So yeah, for sure. What you think about that, CJ?
I feel like they basically, and not even just social media, but they had like all types of blogs, writing articles about it, all types
For
of
sure.
like high level press releases, but still ain't no proof of concept. You still had all this
at all
people writing up about it, and there's nothing to even promote really.
Right.
Jordan, appreciate you for tuning in.
Jordan,
there's nothing
how you doing? Thank you.
Promote, but really an idea. You feel me? So they was able to translate that, which is a dangerous game in my opinion, to even be promoting that strongly before you have half of this stuff actually set in place. Counting your chicken, what they say, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Exactly.
So but they definitely was able to create a sense of hype and a level of, like you said, bro, FOMO. Like people were saying all
FOMO.
this omnipresent
fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Like I gotta be there. I gotta be at this.
I got it.
And bro, I heard on the
and then you got your favorite influencers promoting it.
Bro,
Come on.
Did you hear that dude on the Hulu documentary talking about? There were people that sent him emails saying like, I quit my job because they wouldn't.
I quit my job. I took my rent money. Yes. I like, boy, they all type of stupid.
People going
but that's the FOMO syndrome, man. That's the FOMO syndrome.
Yeah, man. People going all out, like really, really going the extra mile to be a part of this thing. I just feel like it shows the power of getting your audience to speak for you.
Exactly.
Once they had that indirect marketing lined up, all the social media influencers, all the articles, all the bloggers writing about them, they themselves just had to make that one video, and all those other people that was promoting for them led the traffic to that video. They only had to make one content and promote it through all these influencers to get. I mean, literally, they had people that was paying upwards of $25,000 to be a part of this thing.
Telling you,
like, but straight fraudulent, and at the end of the day, straight fraudulent. So, but they do a good job with the influencer marketing. So, all right, number 4,
which leads into the personal brand.
Man, this man Billy has some charisma and confidence out this
world. Man,
out this world.
He really did.
Like, even how.
What you think, bro? What do you think, bro? CJ, what you think is the main characteristics that he had in order to basically get all these influencers on board and all these investors on board? What do you think is the main characteristic he possessed?
He knew how to have Jay-Z said, he knew how to move in a room full of vultures. Like,
true.
I mean, even though himself, like if you saw the documentary, like he come from money, his parents was affluent, he had money out the gate, but once he started with like the magnesis and everything, or whatever connection he had, he was able to get into rooms with investors and literally just having an idea in his head or having a card to show him or whatever type of conversation they was having with these investors, he had to have a good talk game on him. He had to be charismatic to make a billionaire. A billionaire invest into his idea that really had no real proof of concept as far as how you're gonna profit off of this business. Magnesis never really had, like, the card itself was just like, I think it was metal, so it was like heavy. It was a metal. It was a metal card. It had that thing like it feel important because it's heavy. It's the heaviest thing in your wallet. But there was really no. They had a bunch of upsells to it. There was no real business model behind the card. There was no real business model behind the festival. But he's still able to get into these rooms with these investors and get them to give him $250,000, $500,000, like money coming in from everywhere. The average person that even has a proof of concept can't even get that type of money.
Exactly.
So what did he had to have?
He didn't have anything to lose. That was his mindset.
mindset, and his charisma. He had that,
Yeah,
like you said, bro.
true.
He had that used car salesman, that used car sales
He
swag.
did. And also, you know, a lesson for artists and producers and anybody in business, talk that lingo. He knew how to talk the language of money. If you're trying to make some money, you have to talk that language of money.
Mm-hmm.
They start bringing out them certain lingos and certain, like, you know, you gotta, connects too. He had a lot of connects, and building it. When you networking with different connects, you gotta know how to talk they talk,
Yep.
talk their language. You know what I mean? It's just like going into another country. You know, you can't go into Europe and thinking that you can talk English in certain parts of, you know, certain countries.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to, you know, learn. You're gonna have to get a translator with you or something.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's just like, you know, when you networking with other people, man, networking with these connects, like learn how to talk their language, and that way
And
they'll be more, you know.
sharks, you gotta think any highly competitive market, bro. People gonna be sizing you up.
Oh yeah, at all
As
times.
soon as you enter a conversation with somebody, an investor, a potential partner, just somebody you meeting, they're sizing you up out the gate. So for him
Out
to
the
be able to
gate.
move in these rooms and sway these investors, that just shows that he knew how to move in those circles. So that's something to keep in mind for anybody, any business, bro.
And bruh, CJ, did you see when, even with the magnesis, since we still on that, even with that, like, did you see when he just walked up to Rick Ross and handed him a bag of money and was like, "Hey, promote this, take this picture with me right quick with
Yep.
holding this card."
Yep.
Come on, man. That's influence right there. He
That's
knew
straight
exactly
up.
what he was doing.
Straight up, man.
For
And at the end
real.
of the day, money talk. Money talk. At the end of the day.
Exactly. So that adds to that charisma. That adds, and he was an opportunist. That's another trait. You know, that Rick Ross situation, that was an opportunity right there. He like, oh, Rick Ross has a lot of influence.
Yep.
Boom, I got some money. Boom. Hey, let me pay. Hey, take this picture with me, Ross. Rose, you think Rose finna turn down the bag? Not at all.
Nah. For real. So
Right.
yeah, man, and the last point that he did do very well, but again, it's something that's a slippery slope. He focused on selling points from Fire Festival, Magnesis, whichever one of these businesses that you look at. And mind you, Fire Festival was supposed to be just promotion for an actual, like, the tender of booking. The Fire Festival wasn't even supposed to be the main thing. That was supposed to be an event that was promoting the Fyre app. The Fyre app was supposed to be like literally the tender of booking people. So all the artists, all the rappers, all the singers, you can just go on this one app and kind of alleviate the middleman in booking. That was supposed to be the focus. That was supposed to be the real business model that they were building this up into. You killed that before it even started off of the fraudulence of this festival. But that's back to, again, bro, the selling points. He focused on what can I give, or at least make the people think I'm gonna give them in order to have them buy into me. So like that is actually a good marketing strategy. Have upsells, don't, like, whatever you selling, the main thing, have something else to offer too. Because if they don't want the main thing, they might want this other thing too. Like, that's a good strategy, but you got to be able to deliver at the end of the day. And that's just what he was just promising people stuff that he literally had no type of connection,
had no access to.
no access to at all. But I'm charging you for something that I ain't even got yet.
He was doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul type tactic.
I swear that thing that saying came up in my mind while I was watching.
I promise.
Robbing Peter to pay
Do not be like that.
And, oh, man.
Do not be like that.
Fellow
artists and producers.
Before we move on, though, does anybody have any questions at all? Any questions about the documentary, about the festival, about event marketing, maybe? Any questions at all? Or even if y'all already kind of know what y'all want questions to be answered on for next week's topic, be thinking about that as well. But does anybody...
Let's do a little quick recap, bro?
Yeah, so 5, man. We done went through 5 takeaways so far that you can implement into your marketing strategy. 1, having
great marketing.
Having content that relays a strong and clear message. 2, leveraging
lifestyle.
Yeah, leveraging a lifestyle to attach to your brand, association. When you say this word, what's the first word that comes to your mind? as the next thing.
Yep.
They made Fyre Festival was associated with models. Fyre Festival associated with vacation. Fyre Festival associated with luxury. They did a great job promoting a certain type of lifestyle that made people want to buy in. And created an experience for their audience. So that's number 2. Number 3, influencer marketing. Leveraging indirect marketing of everybody else that you know has influence, that you know has a following that is related to what you're selling, and leveraging their following to not so that you don't have to work as hard to promote. I've said it
be
omnipresent again, bro. Indirect marketing is always going to be a little bit stronger than direct marketing, always, because it's a third party.
Always,
it's somebody.
Always,
it's somebody else vouching for this thing instead of me vouching for my own thing.
It feels more organic.
You will say, "Hey, bro, this thing over here is the hottest thing out right now. You need to get it." That's always going to be stronger than somebody coming up to you.
Exactly. It's just like movies. It's just like movies. Same strategy they use for movies, man. You go to a movie faster because your whole group is talking about, oh man, that was a great movie. You go there faster than if you constantly see a trailer about the movie. You know what I mean?
Yep. So that indirect marketing really was able to, that was pretty much their whole marketing plan, pretty much leveraged majority of influencers. For real.
True.
So that's number 3. Number 4, the charisma and confidence that he had when he was in these rooms with investors to be able to fund his idea. He had the confidence, he had the charisma, and at the end of the day, bro, if you're not confident in yourself, how is anybody else gonna be confident in what you're offering?
Exactly.
So, I gotta salute the fact that he knew how to move in a room full of sharks. Because investors, you talking about
what up?
You talking about high level investors, bro. These are sharks, bro. These are straight sharks in the water. So you got to know how to navigate, how to talk that talk and that lingo to be able to communicate with them. He walked into a room.
He leveraged his personal brand.
He leveraged his personal.
I always remember that.
His personal brand.
His personal brand.
His own personal.
Leverage the personal brand.
I think he said he walked in a room, and by the time he left out of that room, somebody was ready to give him $500,000. Like, that's just straight. That's straight personality. For real. I gotta salute. Gotta salute it, man. So if y'all don't got no questions, we're gonna go into these 5 lessons to be learned from this on the don't side of things. Things that you can learn from his mistakes out of this whole situation.
Man.
All right, now for one, he failed to bridge the gap between his creativity and actual real world business. Like, he had a great idea. I don't even think it was an impossible idea, honestly.
Nah.
But the reality, the reality of that project was that he needed more time, a different place. The place he chose was not good, and just really bad project management, bro. It don't matter how good your idea is, how creative you are, you're always gonna need, especially as the creative, as the visionary, you always gonna need a right-hand man that can help you bring this to life, because the visionary is just the person with the idea. The visionary is usually not the person that's behind the mechanics and the A to Z. How are we gonna bring this to life? So always, bro, if you creative in here, I mean, you got ideas, you got events that you're trying to throw together, whatever you're trying to throw together, have somebody that can really help you with like the mechanics of putting this together.
And organize,
organize,
for sure.
It, bro. Because anybody with freaking any type of common sense should have been on his team telling him from the jump, bro, we cannot do it.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. It is not going to work. So always deliver, bro. The smoke and mirrors is cool. A lot of people, try to predicate their marketing on smoke and mirrors, but if you're not delivering at the end of the day, it's gonna be exposed. At some point, it will catch up.
Yeah.
So
all frauds get exposed
every time.
All frauds
make sure
get
y'all got
exposed every time.
Real more than anything, so that the creativity don't get lost in the sauce when you actually try to bring it to life. Second thing that we could take away from the Fyre Festival is, I feel like even though right now Billy McFarland is like the main one taking the heat, he kind of getting all the bad press. Honestly, I feel like this whole situation says more about the millennial audience than it does about
Yeah.
him. Like, let's
How
be
easily we
real.
can be fooled.
Yeah, y'all got
Yeah.
fooled. Y'all got finessed at the end of the day. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Billy McFarland, he was a scam. He basically a scam artist. He was a con artist, but he did that with the first business.
Yeah, he did.
So if you
And people still fell for it.
even if you would have just as an as a consumer, seen the Fyre Festival promotion, went and looked up who this guy was, and like just did a little bit of research, you would have probably said like, this might not be, you feel me, what I think it's gonna be.
Exactly.
So I think another takeaway is that, you know, this millennial generation right now, man, we are so emotion
narcissistic.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, you wanted to be that guy at the beach with the girls. You wanted to be, wanted to feel like you was that cool influencer, that cool person, and that's based on narcissism. You saw yourself in that promotion. You saw something that you was lacking in yourself, you didn't have in your own life. When you saw that ad, you was like, dang, something that I don't have right now, they're gonna be able to provide me when I catch this flight. So you know, keep that in mind, bro. I think the human nature in general is to be, the average human is going to be more emotion driven than logic driven.
Of course,
that's the average human.
Of course,
if you just look at
the average human,
if you just look at politics and voting, you'll see that no matter what age. But you talking about the people born between like 1990 and up, bro. You can't, like, they finessable because they just gonna go off of what feels good. They might any, you know, due diligence on the research, and if you just promote it the right way.
And yeah, not only what feels good, but what looks good. It's all about image.
Image and perception.
All about
perception control.
Image and perception. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
Perception is reality.
So, you know,
and bro, to add to that, I think another thing that we could take away, kind of piggybacking off what you saying, Ja Rule. You know, Ja Rule was attached to it and was really oblivious to it, to be real. Like, so fellow artists, producers, you know, brands, all you businesses out there, man, be careful what you attach yourself to. What you attach not only your brand to, but attach your product to.
Yeah.
Because it could be a casualty of that. Because now people looking at Ja Rule like, oh, man, you a fraud as well. And he's looking like, oh, well, because like when it crashed, to me, it went like this with Ja Rule. If he would have did well, he would have been like, oh, man, I'm the man. Oh, yeah, I'm the man. You know, yeah. This is all my idea.
We worked hard on this.
You feel me? But then when the plane crashed, you dig what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, I wasn't attached to that. And, you know, even early in the game, before everything hit the fan, they were asking him, you know, he was on the show with Billy McFarland, and they were asking Ja Rule, like, so what is the Fyre Festival? What is it about? He couldn't even answer the questions because he didn't even know. You know what I mean? He didn't even know. He just let Billy do all the talking. You know, he brought it right back to Billy. I'm gonna let my man Billy talk about it. It was just like,
and that
not attach.
That goes back to like Billy leveraging the influence. He just knew that me being in the music space and the hip hop event space, some of the trust that the audience has with Ja Rule, they're gonna extend some of that trust to me. And I think this whole thing is one big misuse of trust.
Misuse of trust. Big misuse of trust. His team didn't do their job. You're absolutely right, Miss Jordan. You absolutely right. And that shows, like you said, bro, that shows a lot about, not only does it show about us millennials and the generation, but it shows a lot about your team too. Because like you said earlier, bro, your team is supposed to tell you like, hey, this ain't gonna work or whatever. And for them to keep going with that, like I said, bro, like everybody was just riding. If it would have went well, everybody would have got the praise. But since it crashed, everybody want to feel bad, like, oh no, we told him, nah, don't be a saint now.
And truthfully, truth be told, bro, Ja Rule, had he not been more of like a brand ambassador role, had he had a more hands-on role, he might have messed around and got in some legal trouble too, bro.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
For real.
Yeah, I think he kind of knew, because he remember dude who pulled him to the side. I don't know if you saw that part. The dude who worked in the Bahamas, but I guess the bartender. He was like, man, he pulled him to the side. I was like, hey, man, Is it gonna work? And dude told him, I was like, nah,
Nah, bro, y'all feel like y'all partying.
nah.
He was like, y'all partying and stuff, like everything all good. Like, bro, this not gonna work. He
Exactly.
said they laughed at him. They laughed at him like, bro, you tripping, bro. Why you so worried and stressed out? But that just goes back to having that trust. Like at the end of the day,
Exactly.
use the trust of their audience. They misuse the trust of even the people in the Bahamas. That was like several people told him like, bro, it's not gonna work. And
Yeah.
fell on deaf ears, man. So watch what you attach yourself to, man, because that was something I feel like Ja Rule, I feel like he kind of capping a little bit. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
Like he
of course.
like he was just so oblivious to the fact that there was some type of shadiness going on, bro. He was caught
He
up in
knew
the
what it
hype.
was.
He got caught up in the hype,
Of course.
and luckily
He got caught up in it.
Luckily, he didn't end up being a casualty as far as going to prison or whatever. So he got lucky.
Book of Rhymes. And like to add to that, bro, and I think this will pretty much sum it all up, bro, because as you can tell with Billy McFarland, especially with him, but even Ja Rule, man, check the ego, man. Like, don't be, too big to not take criticism.
Bro,
If they're telling you this is not gonna work,
they could have simply said, "Hey, man, let's take 6 months." You feel me? Like, okay, unfortunately, y'all, we're having whatever type of issue. We're gonna have to postpone the festival. Y'all would have lost some sales. Y'all might have maybe 20% of the people would have been like, "Okay, I want to refund." But you would have been able to bounce back as a brand. You could have bounced back off of that L.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing to lose money.
Ain't nothing wrong with postponing. Ain't nothing wrong with postponing to make something better.
Well, see, that was gonna be a case of money. He was gonna lose money then, because if he had to offer a refund, like I said, it probably would have been a good percentage of people that might have been like, okay, well, I need a refund. But 20% refund rate is a lot better than your whole name being tarnished, your whole brand.
Exactly.
Nigga, losing
your whole brand being tarnished.
Losing money in business or being in debt, that's a part of the game. You can bounce back off that like it ain't nothing.
You can bounce back, but you can't. But it's hard. It's challenging to bounce back off of a fraudulent brand.
Yeah.
Or if you got just dirt on your name, man. Like one thing, bro. Remember we had for y'all that don't know, me and CJ, we met at the Rico Love Music Conference, and Rico Love's manager Byron Trice, his company is called Clean Face Management, and the reason why he said it's called Clean Face Management because he said he wants to have a good reputation out here. When you have a good reputation in business and the streets, you got a clean face out here. Mm-hmm. Anybody want to do business with you. And if you don't have a clean face out here, people not gonna want to do business with you. If you have dirt on your name and your reputation, people not gonna want to do business with you at all.
Right up.
So with Billy McFarland, people doing this documentary on him, man, they looking at him like a straight slime ball. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody want to do business with no slime ball. So artists, producers, brands, businesses, y'all take heed, man, for real.
Yeah, for real, man. And then even with like down to let's like hone in on event marketing, bro. Like artists, if y'all are booking y'all own shows, if y'all are being a part of shows, or whatever the case may be, man, plan stuff in advance, bro. Plan in advance.
All the time.
Anybody, bro.
Don't just do stuff within a month. No time period. No, give yourself some months.
And I've only ever done marketing for one event. I've only ever done event marketing one time, and that was a good turnout. And that took like 3 months of preparation for something small.
Yeah,
that was.
I was gonna say
we did a small,
at least 90 days,
bro.
I was just gonna say that
we did a small event. I'm talking like 100 people, and that took 3 months of planning. So a whole festival, bro. Oh, now Lito, what's the word, bro? A whole
what up?
Come on, bro. Even just from going to conferences, like me and Cool, bro. We go to a lot of different conferences, bro, events and stuff. Anybody that's worked in that space will tell you in a heartbeat, you need at least a year, point blank, period.
Exactly.
So I think that's just something that we all take away when it comes to events, being a part of events, trying to throw events, whatever. Like pre-plan every time.
Mm-hmm.
And
for real.
Last but not least, man. Never overpromise, bro. Never overpromise.
Ever.
Never.
Please refrain from doing that. Please.
And all of this is basic human nature. What's the lessons in it all? Yeah, bro. Psychology, bro. Psychology plays the biggest part in marketing, bro. That's another thing too. I
Exactly.
got a really good piece.
That's all it
I got a
is.
really good piece of advice from somebody. He been in marketing for like 20 years, and he told me, you know, no matter the marketing, remember we're in the people business more than anything.
Yep.
All the data
Yep.
and all the fancy tool, like all that is cool, but we are in the people business first. And I really feel like
Yep.
everybody is in the people business, no matter what.
Oh
For
yeah.
the most part, you can always take human behavior and human nature and use that to your advantage as a business. But you got to understand your audience. And if your
Exactly.
audience, even if your audience is gullible, let's say, okay, the millennials are very gullible, they emotion driven. Okay, you still could have used that to your advantage without taking advantage, if that makes sense. Like
Exactly.
he didn't
Exactly.
use that to his advantage. He took advantage of the fact that the audience
He took advantage of that.
and you overpromised.
Yeah.
He could have did that exact same promotional video, exact same video, bro, exact same everything except for what he was promising. And he may even not be
Exactly.
in jail right now, even if he just didn't promise as much as he promised.
Yeah.
So
Most definitely.
always under promise and over deliver as opposed to over promise and under deliver.
Over promising always leads to disappointment.
Yeah, man.
That's in life in general.
In an event,
That's in life
you
in
can
general.
always use the actual event itself as promotion. Like they could have kept, even if they would have had to, put it back 6 months or whatever. If they would have just made sure they got to a point where they could throw the event, even whatever L you took and having to push it back, you would have made that up by actually fulfilling the promise. So next year,
True.
through the next Fyre Festival, y'all got actual footage from the one from last year. Y'all could use that to promote. But it's all about, like you said, perception control. And he went a little bit too hard on the perception and the promises together. So
Yep.
that was just all bad, man. So
Exactly.
something that we all could learn from. If
Yes.
anybody doesn't have any questions, we do want to know if y'all have any suggestions for what y'all want us to talk about next week. We do this every Monday at 7 o'clock. So if y'all have any type artists, producers, businesses, if y'all have any type of marketing concerns or marketing questions or something y'all want us to teach on or speak on next Monday, let us know or DM us. And if not, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Get out of here for the night, man. Salute to everybody that stayed in here. Y'all
salute everybody, man. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all with us, man. We truly appreciate that, man. Just know that we do all of this for y'all, man. We just trying to spread this game. Everything that we learn, we just regurgitate it and just spill it out to y'all, man, for real. But we want to see everybody win. Believe that. We want to see everybody win. And best believe we're doing consultations.
Every time.
We're doing consultations.
If any of y'all,
so if y'all really want some game, hit us up in the DM, man.
For real. So if any of y'all don't, hey, salute Booker Rounds, Miss Jordan. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in from beginning to end. If y'all ain't got no more questions, we're gonna holler at y'all next week, man. So
right. Salute.
All right, y'all. Appreciate
New wave.